Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back to our series of video chats for the Half Earth Project Educator Ambassadors. I'm really pleased to welcome Marie Studer this morning. Hi, Marie. How are you doing?
I'm well, Dennis. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Well, I wanted to start right off before talking with Marie. I wanted to remind our audience that I had spoken with Katja Schultz of the Encyclopedia of Life in a previous episode. So I just wanted to remind folks of these trophic webs that are available on the Encyclopedia of Life website. In addition, the project has had a concerted effort to pull together educational resources and to engage with the education community. And that's what Marie did for quite a few years. How long did you work for the education group, Marie?
Oh, for about 11 years.
11 years. So
Yeah.
From near the beginning of the project.
It was before there was even a website for Encyclopedia of Life that I came on.
That's how important the education mission was. That's
exactly.
great.
Exactly.
But I thought it would be great to just do a quick tour of the education pages of the Encyclopedia of Life. So
that would be great.
Yeah, so let's see. You know what? I think I have to go back to there was a tab for education. So that's the welcome page of EOL. So here's the education pages. Now, let's just scroll through just quickly so people can see there's something called biodiversity cards. I played around a little with those. I think we'll come back to them. You've put together lesson plans. You've put together podcasts, and you have some articles. I think I'm going to just start out with the podcasts. I was really pleased to find these. They're just 5-minute long audio files. So I'm going to click on podcasts here and go to the podcast page. And how many total podcasts are there?
There are about 72, I think. So somewhere between 70 and 75. Yeah, we really, really loved creating these. They're called One Species at a Time podcast because that's sort of what our thought was. As you know, Encyclopedia of Life is set up to have a web page for every organism, named and known organism. So that was our methodology of sort of following that structure to create these podcasts. Of course, a deep connection between Half Earth Project and Encyclopedia of Life is Professor Ed Wilson. So he is a brainchild of and founder of really both our organizations and institutes, and a driver behind biodiversity and making biodiversity forefront in everyone's mind. Yeah. So we did a podcast about him, and Dennis, I think this is one that you'd like to launch with.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to post this podcast, which is a great 5-minute interview with Ed. I really like it because it focuses on the biology of ants, and there's a transcript. We're also going to add some other resources on ants, so kind of round out the package. So any teacher who's interested in using ants as a way into so many important points in the curriculum. In fact, you can study these principles through a focus on ants. So we're going to make some suggestions on that. So one of the cool things I want to be sure to show people is the biodiversity cards. Where should I start there? Should I just go to card resources to start with?
I think that's the best place.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if we don't have a lot of time, and we don't want to take up a lot of your time, your ambassador's time, the resources are, I think, a very good place to start. And it really just describes to you the card types. So this is a card maker that that Dennis will show us in a little bit. But there are also cards that are already made, pre-made decks of cards. But you can just scroll through to see both how to make the cards, which Dennis just ran by, but also there are a few lesson plans and templates on here as a way to get your mind going about how you might use a deck of cards in your classroom. And then down here at the bottom are really the hardcore spreadsheets and documents for when you decide that you want your students to make cards, which is really an excellent class project. But there are down here on the lower right, you can see the right. These are example cards. And then, so that just gives you an example of what the cards look like and what kind of information are on the
But
cards.
this is great because so you can choose your photo, you can choose the information you want to include on the card, you can customize it, you can put them into a deck, and then you can choose whether to sort of keep them private or whether to share with the larger community. Is that right?
Well, actually, you can't make them public. You can share them with your friends or
Ah,
your
okay,
other users. And the reason we did that was because we wanted to have only curated decks of cards available. We didn't want to have misinformation
right.
out there in the public.
So these
So
sample decks have been sort of vetted and,
they have.
okay,
They
great.
have. They were either made by us at the Encyclopedia of Life, or they were made by close partners who, like the National Park Service or others who we, trusted, and also did a peer review of the cards.
No, Marie, that's a fantastic introduction. Thank you so much. I think people will be really excited to get onto the website and listen to the podcast and play with these biodiversity cards.